Welcome everybody to our upper body workout or dumbbell workout of the week. We're going to do upper body going off of our series of the lower upper split. So it's kind of nice to have our lower body on one day, and then if you're going to the gym the next day, then you can go into upper body, and then you got your total body routine. This is a great one for people who like to go to the gym 3-4 days a week. Just like last week, what we're going to do is 3 sets and then have 1 minute rest before we go on to the next exercise. So we're going to just go down the order like that. Um, so lots of rest in between. This allows for a little bit more strength gains, especially because we're not going from an upper body to a lower body. So it's kind of upper, upper, upper. We need a little bit more time. So let's get started on our warm-up. We'll start with leg swings. So even though we're doing an upper body routine, this is good for just getting our core and spine ready. And agility skaters, getting our heart rates up, getting our arms pumping a bit. Back and forth, getting our lateral movement in, finishing with a high knee on each side. And let's get on the ground, do our iron cross. So T position, right leg comes towards left hand, left leg comes towards right hand, back and forth, getting our spines mobilized in a rotational capacity. And we can get up, go into butt kicks, get a little bit of hip extension in here, again, getting our arms pumping, and we'll go into a jog, getting our heart rates back up. And a run. And let's finish our warm-up, focusing on our upper body, starting with arm circles. Slowly build till you get to a full rotation. Really important to get good shoulder mobility. And palms up. Let's go in reverse. Same thing. And we'll finish with our punch combo. So jab, cross, hook. Getting a little bit of dynamic and power in. So we're ready to lift with speed and power. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's get going. So we're going to get going. You're going to need your bench, or you can do this from the ground, starting with chest flies to start. So I'm going to go from a flat bench, opening up and closing. And as we go through this, I'm going to show just a few different variations of each exercise, just so you can switch it up if you so choose. So the big thing you'll notice when I do my chest flies is really opening up my arms, just a slight bend in my elbows. Too many people open and they really just close, and then they're basically just doing a chest press. So it should really be an opening of the arms there. So going into round 2 here, I'm going to alternate. So I'm going to go left arm or right arm, then left arm. So this is just going to add in some core stability. You'll notice even though you're on a bench that you feel unbalanced and you really have to use your core to help stabilize yourself. So if you want some extra core work in here, this is a good option for you. And that doesn't leave a lot of time. So the last one we're going to do is fly to press. And again, this just adds in a little bit of kind of extra chest work in. So fly, then drop down, do a chest press. So it's going to be probably pretty late on the chest press. So it should be dynamic, nice and quick, and then just get ready for your fly again. So if you're looking to really build the strength in your pecs, this is a great little bonus to pop in with your chest flies. Great job, everyone. Let's finish off your set. Remember, you got a nice little break in between. So we got a minute rest before we go into our next exercise. So for our next one, we're going to do bent over rows. I'm going to use my bench. So I'm going to have my one knee on it, hand down, nice flat back, drive, and pull up. So when I'm doing that, first round, I'm going to really focus on keeping my elbow tucked in at my side. So from this angle, you can probably see a little bit better. It's going to stay tucked in. Next one, I'm going to come out at a 45. And the last round, I'm going to come out at a 90. So to do that one at the 90, you're going to really need some good shoulder mobility. So you may find the elbow tucked in and the elbow at a 45 is better for you. So let's get going in 5 seconds. And go. So elbow tucked in, driving, making sure that everything stays stationary except your arm. Great job. Finish off your set. And then if you have a bench, you can kind of just sit down. You can always do this standing up too with both arms if you prefer, or you can use a table or a chair, whatever you have around. So this time we're going to come out at a 45. Get ready and go. So this is just going to work your traps at a little bit of a slightly different angle. It's going to add in a little bit of rotator cuff as well. And it should feel harder. Finish off your set. Got a little bit of time in between. You can shake out our arms. Take a couple breaths. So this time we're going to try and do it at a 90. So you're going to be rolling like that. Like I said, it might be challenging, so you may have to drop back to the 45. Just depends on your shoulder flexibility. So my palm is closed and pointed towards my foot. So this is really going to focus on my upper traps now a lot more. And my rotator cuff in a slightly different manner. And that's what sometimes is the sticking point for people. Whew, to finish off that set. Sometimes we don't have that flexibility to get our arm up there and pull because we have some sort of impingement in our shoulders. So when that's the case, then dropping down just allows us a little bit more mobility through our shoulders, and then pinning the elbow at your side really allows a lot more mobility and a more stable shoulder posture. So depending on what you got and what your ability is, you can modify as needed. So next one we're going to go into is single arm chest press. So when we do this, I'm going to have one dumbbell and I'm just going to drive my chest press like this for 10. Then I'm going to switch and do the other side for my first round. Then in my second round, if I have time, I'm going to go grab the second dumbbell and I'm going to alternate like that. And then third round, I'm going to reciprocate, and I'll show you that when time comes. But it's time to chest press. So go into your chest press. Again, you're going to find yourself kind of falling to that side where that weight is. And not a lot of time in between. Grab my other dumbbell. So you can either stick with that or we can alternate here in round 2. It's up to you. So let's get going. So alternating. So one arm, then the other. So this is one of the biggest benefits of working with dumbbells rather than a barbell. And so reciprocating for round 3. So what that means is as one's coming down, one's going to come down, and as it's coming up, the other's going to go down. And so you're working in opposite motion rather than alternate where you're finishing a rep, then starting the other rep. So it takes a little bit of coordination here. And let's get started, and then we'll rest. So. Whew. That might have been a bit too heavy for me, but I did make it, I guess. So maybe it was just right. So finish off your set, and then we can rest. You can get a water break if you need it. I need to just catch my breath. That was tough doing the reciprocal, even just getting the breathing down. So we're halfway through. We're going to go on to back flies next. So for back flies, we can use a bench, but I prefer to do it standing. So we're going to be in a hinged position and we're going to open up like that. You really don't need a lot of weight. So grab a lighter set of dumbbells for this one. Still have 30 seconds of recovery. So we can shake out our arms. They might be getting a little bit tired. So back flies really focus on our traps and rhomboids. So this portion of our backs is really what we're working on here. So let's get ourselves ready. Hinge forward, open up, close. So that's the standard way to do a back fly. But we can do the same thing that we do with chest press. And so I'm going to try it. So we're going to try alternating for round 2, and then we'll try reciprocating for round 3. But that might be a failure. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. It'd definitely be challenging on the core. So from a lateral view, getting into good back posture, and we're going to alternate this round. Or you can just stick with the standard if you choose. This just adds in a little bit of core. And rest. Take a seat. We only got 15 seconds before we're going to get up and going again. So we'll try reciprocal. If it doesn't work for you, just go back to the standard to what we did in first round. So getting ready. So reciprocal, so 1 out, and then we're just going to alternate like that. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Challenging, but actually a little bit easier than I thought. I found it actually a little easier than the alternating. So tricep kickbacks are next. Again, we won't need a lot of weight. I'm going to show a lateral view here just because I find it's best to just see that hinging action. We do have a minute of rest coming up, so starting our minute here. So tricep kickbacks, they are what they are. There really isn't a lot we can do with them in terms of variation. So just nice flat back, leg firmly planted, wrists underneath our shoulder, elbow up, and then you're just going to hinge like a door. So open, close, like that. For people who are really struggling from a shoulder perspective, you could add in a row and then hinge, row, then hinge. But the row is probably way too light in terms of the dumbbell work. But if you want to throw in that just a little bit extra, feel free. we'll do it on round 2. So again, ready for kickbacks. And switch sides. Great job. Finish off your set. And grab a little breather. We got 15 seconds. So we're going to try and add the row in. Definitely optional. You can do just what we're doing. It'll be hard to get it all in 60 seconds, but we'll try. So row, hinge, down, row, hinge, down. And switching sides. When you're ready. Good, and we're not going to have a lot of time, but for round 3, we're going to do a bicep curl into the kickback. So bicep curl, kickback. Bicep curl, kickback. Bicep curl, kickback. And switching sides. Don't worry if we're a little late. We still got this minute break in between. Great job, everyone. I'm going to ditch my bench. We got a minute rest. Then we're going to do curls. So I have hammer curls in there. That's what you can do if you don't want to do any variations. But I'm going to show some variations to the bicep curl. And then we'll cool down. So we're coming into our last round. So a hammer curl, thumbs are pointed up, elbows in, and we're just driving up, fully extending, drive up, fully extend. So from the side view, it'll look like that. Keeping the elbows tucked in. And we'll get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So only the arms have action here. Finish up your set, shake out your arms, and then we'll get into round 2. So for round 2, we're going to go into a reverse curl. So you're going to have your palms facing your thighs and keep them faced outwards as you curl up. So hammer curl works on the short head and some of your forearm flexors. When we go into the reverse curl, it's just doing that more so. Getting ready and go. From side view, it looks like this. And we got lots of time in between. And so we can go into a standard bicep curl for round 3. But since it is hammer curls, I'm just going to go one at a time hammer curls. So just alternating like that for our last round. Then we'll have a minute break and we'll finish with our yoga cool down. So 15 seconds before we go. So shake out your arms if you need to. Let's get ready. And go. Oh, I forgot to alternate. So alternating would look like this. I'll finish off the last few reps with alternating. We got a little bit of bonus time here. So big thing you want to avoid is this tipping from side to side. All right, so once you're done, put your dumbbells away. Let's grab our mats. Get a drink of water. Catch your breath. We do have a minute before we go into our cool down. So we have lots of time. So with that upper body routine, we are going push, then pull, push, then pull. So it is still a little bit balanced, giving a little bit of break in between the push exercises, which are your chest, shoulders, triceps, to the pull exercises, which are your back and biceps. So that's how it's kind of split up. It's a really good one for trying to build up your strength in that body area section. And again, like I said, it's a very popular split doing upper body than lower body for people who are going 3 or 4 times a week, which is most of us. So that are really into lifting weights. So let's get going into our downward dog and our cool down. If you're going twice a week, doing weights twice a week or once a week, on average, I would recommend doing total body routines rather than splitting into upper and lower body. So I'm just going to pump at my calves because my hamstrings and calves are a little bit tight today. You can if you want to, or you can kind of focus on that upper back. And we'll go into lizard. So the next few weeks, we're going to take the dumbbell class, switching sides, and turn it into using different equipment. So we're going to go through kettlebells, we're going to use Swiss balls. We're just going to use a little bit of different equipment just because everyone has a little bit different equipment at home. So we thought it would be good for let's open up world's greatest. So we thought it'd be fun to kind of open the dumbbell class to using different equipment for people who are looking for a kettlebell routine, switch sides, looking for a Swiss ball workout. So if there's certain equipment that you'd like to see, let's go into pigeon. Me do a workout with, whether it's bands, a Bosu ball. Let me know in the comments, and we'll make sure we hit that. Switch sides. And Cobra, hands underneath the shoulders, drop the hips, deep breath in, deep breath out, let the hips sink, deep breath in, deep breath out, release some of that low back tension. We all have too much of it, too much sitting, not enough moving. I'm guilty of it too. Child's pose to finish. Stretch out your lats and just focus on your breath. Deep breathing. Slow our heart rates down. Slow the blood pressure down. Slow our breathing down. One more big breath in. Big breath out. And let's finish there. Great job, everyone. So hope you enjoy your week, and we'll be back with a special class next week. Take care.